Canva has just released its biggest updates for the year at Canva Create in its Canva Uncharted, lots of Canva words, Canva Uncharted update. And it is a doozy, and I'm very excited to share these updates with you. Pretty much what I'm going to go through in this video is the updates that I think are relevant for you, an everyday small business owner using Canva to create graphics for your business. I'm going to step you through each of the different updates that I think are relevant to you, pros and cons of some of them, because not all of them are perfect, and also inspire you for how you might choose to use them in your own business today so you can get the benefits of these incredible updates. So hi, if we have not met before, it is a pleasure to have you here. My name is Jacqui and I am a professional graphic designer with over a decade of industry experience and now teaches everyday business owners how they can use strategic graphic design to grow their business using the power of branding and design. Because I truly believe that everyday people can do this really well when they know how. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on future tutorials where I'm going to go more in depth on some of the features I'm going to share with you today. I also teach you how to actually design, because you can have great tools, but if you don't know how to design, it will fall short. And hit like if you are so excited for these Canva updates, just like me. All right, so let's get into these updates. Firstly, if you have not seen these updates and you would like to watch the whole presentation keynote from Canva, just head to canva.com/Canva-create and you can see the whole thing there and watch that for yourself. But this video is going to summarize the most important bits and actually show you behind the scenes of how to use these features so that you can start using them today. Now, firstly, if you would like access today and you're watching this at the time that I release this video, that is not a fully accessible release yet. You have to do something special. I'm going to put a little video on the screen now of me doing this, but in essence, if you go to your Canva home, you'll see a little banner at the top that has some little envelopes on it. When you click each of these envelopes once, so 6 clicks, then it will open up the new updated editor. Now in Canva Create, just now, they have said that it is only available to the first 1 million people. So I say that, like last time, they're going to test a few things with the first 1 million people, then do a full release to everyone. So if you do miss out on that update, don't stress, it will be coming out to you very soon. But if you do want to access that first, make sure you click on those 6 envelopes to get that access. Now, if I was a good YouTuber, I would wait to the end to tell you my favorite feature because I am that excited about it. But I'm going to keep coding in Canva to the very end and show you how you can even create your own widgets or apps or websites just using Canva and typing rather than coding. So my first update that I am absolutely in love with, and I literally screamed when I heard it. My husband was like, why are you this excited about this? It's the ability to add different size pages into one single design inside Canva. Let me show you what I mean. So right now I've got a design open now. This is just a portrait size graphic. If I wanted to add a different size graphic in here, all I'd have to do is go down and click on this add page option. But instead of clicking the add page like we normally would, you can see this drop down arrow instead. If I click on this drop down arrow, it gives me all the different options that I might use. Sheets is new. I'm going to chat about that next. But if I click on more here, I can literally type in any size design that I want. So if I want to do an Instagram size one, I might click on social media here and I can see that it's got all the random Instagram sizes. If you can't find what you want, just use the search bar or use the search bar in the more section. But I might select Instagram post size and I can do an Instagram post. Then I might think, you know what, I need to do a little bit more brainstorming on this whole concept that I'm about to share with the world. I'm going to put in a whiteboard. So I click on my up arrow and I would press whiteboard and it's going to open up a whole whiteboard for me to then do some brainstorming in. Whiteboards are really great for doing, like, you can just insert lots of different shapes. You can connect ideas. You can create sticky notes. It's just a great place to brainstorm. So say you're brainstorming like a new course that you're doing. So you might brainstorm the course name, might brainstorm the different modules. You might brainstorm your social media posts. Then you might go on to creating your social media posts. Then you might go on to creating the masterclass slides for your launch. And so you might go into the up arrow again, click on presentation and launch into your presentation. And obviously you can have as many slides to the presentation as you might want. You can have as many slides to your Instagram post as you might want. And then say I'm ready to do an Instagram, maybe story size. So I would then go back to my social media tab, click on Instagram story and design that right in here as well. So instead of me having to open 5 different graphics inside Canva, I can now have everything inside the one graphic. Personally, for me, this is going to change how I do my workflow. Right now, me and my team, we have, like, if I put out a YouTube video, we'll have a separate file for all of my thumbnails. We have a separate file for all of my social media posts. We have a separate file for my carousels. We have a separate file for my Instagram stories. We have a separate file for the slides that I might use for that post. But now I can make one single file to keep everything for that particular piece of content in one spot. And I'm so wildly excited about how it's going to impact how me and my team work. All right, so the next big update that we can see inside Canva is the option for Canva Sheets. This is their answer to things like Google Sheets, but doing it with a Canva spin on it. They're wanting to make everything really simple and easy and also really visual, because that's what Canva is all about. So if you open up your new Canva and you hit on the Sheets thing, remember, if you want to access this and you haven't already, make sure you hit those envelopes 6 times to access the new Canva editor. If you miss out on that, the update will roll out to everyone very soon. But you can see in here, it's just like a normal spreadsheet. I've got the ability for a table. I can write in here heading, I can write in here anything that I want, just like a normal table. But Canva has added in a huge amount of AI features in here and image features and bulk create features. I'll do a whole separate video on how to use bulk create properly here because it's actually quite a whole in-depth thing, but I'll give you a bit of an overview of what is possible. So first, I've just gone ahead and added in some basic data in here. This is actually some funny data based on, it's not really real. It's about how much people are paying attention inside a Zoom meeting. Are they actively listening, contributing, or are they just Googling what someone said or planning their dinner or grocery list? Okay, and so if you get this data, what you can actually do, so if I highlight my data here and then go over to this button here that says Magic Charts, and I click on this, it's going to give me a lot of options here. It's going to give me a bit of an option, like it'll bring up here the one that it recommends the most, or I can click View All Charts, and there are so many different styles of charts that I could add in here. For example, if I click this simple packaged circles, then what I can do here is you'll see that it's put my data into these circles. But what's even better here is this isn't just a graphic. I could actually even open up maybe a presentation slide and paste in this graphic that we've just created. And you'll see that if I was to click on this circle, it zooms in on it. If I was to click this, it zoomed back out. This is an interactive graph. This isn't just a fun graph that I can totally change the colors of to match me and my branding, but this is something people can really interact with. So whether you've got it on a website mock-up inside Canva or inside a presentation slide, and you want to step through, this is what people are doing here. And obviously this is a very basic graph, and you could make these with many, many different points. You could have multiple lines of text and data in here to make even more complex, intricate data graphs that really represent what you want to share to your audience. And what's really great here is if you have Canva Pro, I highly recommend adding your chart styles. So inside your brand kit, we can add all sorts of things, but now there's the ability to add chart styles. So I could go in here and add in the colors I want to use inside my charts so that every time I make one of these graphs, it always appears. Now, as a small business owner, you might be presenting things to clients, you might be presenting things to your audience, to students, or you even might be creating a post for social media and want to represent something visually. Use these magic charts to represent data in a way that's going to captivate your audience and show what you mean really, really easily. The best thing is too, is if I was to change this data, you can see that my graph changes because of it. So this is a live data sheet. I think someone asked me about this in a tutorial once, but you can actually edit this live and it will update your chart in real time. There are other AI features at work inside these charts. So what you can actually do as well is if you click on quick actions, you can see here it's got the option to generate tables, to fill empty cells, to do magic insights. So if you have got like a lot of data here and you want to actually ask it some questions. So what I've done is I've asked it a question of what distraction do people have when they try to concentrate most on Zoom. And it's looked at my data and worked out information for me that's going to help bring this more to life for me. Similarly, we have some more actions that we can look at, whether that's creating those magic charts like we started, magic insights, magic writes, you can help it to write for you, help it to resize this design to something different. These are all Canva Pros, and the bulk create feature, which I'm going to go into more in a future video. But in essence, even if I was to add in images into these kind of folders, into this file, I can use these in my bulk create design, but I can also bulk background remove these. So if you can see, if I was to add in a few images into my columns, then I can actually click and select all of these columns and hit the background remover. This is again a Canva Pro feature. You can see if you look really closely, it's actually background removing all of these images all at once. How helpful is that if you have someone that has a product? So say, for example, if you have a product you're wanting to make like 20 social media posts, you could insert the images of your products right in here, and it will background remove all of them and add them into a design, which leads me to saying that you can actually add a design into your columns as well. So if I go to actions and then I scroll down to the bottom here, you can see classic kind of things. I can mention someone, I can add in the date, I can do a drop down, I can add a link, I can add a formula or a magic formula. So I can kind of describe what I want my formula to be, which is so useful for those of us who are not so great at using formulas and spreadsheets. Love that one. All right. And also we can add in a Canva design. So if you have a Canva design you want to link in here, I could say pop this sign in here and it will link that Canva design. Maybe you're creating a spreadsheet of all the different graphics you're using for your business. You can add the Canva designs in here and link them. There is so much potential for this, and I haven't even gone into how you can just format these really beautifully. So have a think about how you can use Canva Sheets in your own business. Do you change away from using things like Google Sheets and do it all inside this one program in this one graphic so that you can keep all of your business together, which you can especially do now that Canva has docs, Canva has sheets, Canva has design. It's a great way to streamline your workflow. Next, I'm going to share about a feature that I had early access to, and it is Canva AI. So Canva obviously has different AI features built into it, but it's now got kind of like, I guess, a ChatGPT model built into it as well. So you can kind of create something and then chat to it to refine it to get it to be what you want it to be. So you'll see if you go to your home section, again, with this new update, you've got your designs as an option, you've got your templates as an option, or not your templates, but templates in general. And you've also got Canva AI as a new section here. This is where you can chat and describe things that you want to Canva and it will create it for you. So say, for example, I wanted to do a social media post, I could type that content in here and Canva would actually create that design for me. So you can get it to create a design for you, you can get it to create an image for you, and you can get it to create a doc for you. For my honest opinion, I don't think this is incredible yet. This might be because I am a designer and I find it easier to actually start from scratch, or if you use a template rather than using like kind of the really ugly kind of things that it's been spitting out for me. I'm going to show you how to use it in case you would like to use it. So let's start with the design for me. So I've written in a prompt in here to begin with. This is quite a detailed prompt. You might choose just to do something as simple as make a flyer for my cake business, and it will then spit that out and suggest what content it wants on there. For me, I honestly don't trust Canva as much as I trust my own marketing mind. So I'm putting down something that's quite specific. I've said create an Instagram post featuring a cutout of an image of me. I'm going to attach that photo. I'll show you how in a moment, on a purple background with the exact large text of. I've written the exact large text because when you just say text, it takes it and kind of just does whatever it wants with it. It uses its brain to think, oh yeah, I think you should do this. That's not what I wanted. With large text of 3 DIY mistakes you're making in Canva, with smaller text that says that are costing you clients, use the attached photo. I've written that twice because sometimes it doesn't actually pick up my photo. Not sure if this will work, but let's find out. So when you want to add in a photo, you go to your plus icon here and you can scroll through your uploads, or you can go to and upload your file. So I'm just going to scroll down and grab an image of me from my uploads and upload that in, and then I can now select that image for my design. See if Canva actually chooses to use it. Use image. And now once that's ready, I'm going to press the arrow button. Actually, before I do that, you can just press the arrow button straight away. But what I recommend is getting more specific with this chat. So if I press the design for me option, it's then going to give me an option of saying what size design. So I'm going to click it's a social media post. Then I can choose the format. So I'm now going to click Instagram post. And now that's given me a little bit more specificity to make sure what Canva creates is exactly what I want. Again, you don't have to do that if you are unsure of what you want, but that's there if you've got some more ideas. So if I press submit, it's now going to spend some time creating that design for me. So you'll see here that it's given me 3 different design ideas, actually 4 if you scroll across there. And it's done a pretty good job. It's actually used my photo, which is helpful because I've had experiments where it hasn't worked. And it's done the text that I've asked because I've done it specifically, and it's also done the purple background that I wanted because that is my brand. Now, what it doesn't do is it doesn't pick up my actual brand. Like last time I asked it to use like my exact fonts, my exact colors, it had no clue what it was doing. So what you'd then do is either refine this so you can see it's given me some more suggestions. So if you were like, this but something else, you could do just click this and it'll give you some more design options. You could say you want pictures with scissors and glue because it's tried to work out that might be the content that I want because I'm talking about making mistakes. Or I might do with bold colors, or you can have any kind of edit that you might like. I'm just going to add in an icon of scissors. This is not what I would do, but I want to show you exactly what it can create if you kind of just keep on discussing with it. All right, so you can see now that it's tried to add in. It hasn't added in an icon like I've asked. It added in a photo of scissors, and this one's got nothing of scissors, and this one's got nothing of scissors. And you can see it's also added in weird text, like it thinks that I want to be a business that shares my address here. But it has shared a carousel post for this one, which is nice. I can see that if I hover over the image and I'll swipe through them. But say I found one that I liked. I personally like this one the most, so I'm going to click on this. If I hover over it, it's going to say edit, and that's going to now open up the design for me to have a bit of a closer look at. So I can actually type into the text here today, and I press tick, and it's going to kind of update this and make it look right inside in the spacing that it's got. I can also tweak the colors and the color palette. So I might choose this one here, this one here, this one here. Again, these aren't my brand colors, but it's helpful to have them nearby. And then when I'm happy enough, but I want to do some more changes, what I can then do is go to use Canva Editor, and it's going to open this up as a full Canva design for me to go on and edit. This is now fully open for me to do whatever I like with. You might choose to do a more basic prompt if you've got less of an idea of what you want to create. And you can see a ton of examples here that Canva's given us to help us start thinking. So you can see, because I've got the options of write, design, and image here, I can give it a quote, I can give it a prompt to create a particular image for me. I can give it a prompt to create a particular design for me, or I can create a prompt to create a particular document for me. And Canva can create all of that for me right inside Canva. When you're creating an image, you can just do a plain prompt without any imagery, or you can see here I've actually uploaded an image of me as a reference point and it's created this from it. You can see that it doesn't look exactly like me, but it's a start. So if you have a particular product or graphic you want to kind of put in a different background, you could ask it to do that here. However, I do have a feature I want to share with you soon to keep that product exact, but update that background really, really easily. So that brings me to Canva's updated image editor. So if I go over to the Canva home, you'll see it's also got this new section called photo editor. This is a really great place if you want to edit a really quick photo. You can just click on that photo and edit it straight away rather than having to put it into a Canva design. But you'll also see some new actions here that you can do. You've got the auto select, you've got background generator, and you've got perspective correction. I'm going to show you perspective correction, then I'm going to go into design and show you these other two in more detail. So perspective correction is only available when you're in this section. It's not available when you're inside editing a graphic. So if it's something you want to do, make sure you do it at this point. So if I click on perspective correction, it then prompts me to choose a photo. So I'm just going to select that photo of recently. And if I look over here on the left-hand panel, I can change how my photo is looking. So do I want to make the bottom pulled out or the top pulled out? Or do you want to make it go flipped from side to side or side to side? I personally think this would be more useful if it was inside the Canva editor, but for now it's great that it has this here. Next, I'm going to go inside design to show you the other photo editing features. So if you upload a photo and insert that into your design or go through via the photo editing option and you click on the edit, you'll see the different options that we have available to us now. Background generator. The clicking options are really great. You'll see at the top here, I can choose to click here, and Canva's now looking at my design and picking out the different focal points in it. So I could choose to click on this picture of me and I could then adjust just this part. So I actually shared a video last week and I'll link it here for you where I talked about how you can use the adjust feature and actually just adjust one or two parts of the image. But you can now also choose the Magic Studio options to adjust just one part of the image, whether it's magic editing, just that part, magic erasing. So if I was to press magic eraser, it would just totally delete me from here because I've selected me. So you can see I've just totally vanished. So wild. And there is also the background generator. So what this is going to do, if I click on this, I can add into this background a scene of anything that I want. So say I wanted behind me to be a busy shopping center, I could just type that in and press generate. And then Canva's going to look at my design, work out the background, and then offer me 4 different ideas for the background of this design. Here we go. So it just added me in here. And this obviously cut out perfectly and looks like I'm actually kind of sitting with a stool in the shopping center. Amazing. I've done some other options for you here to see. I've done a luxe Greek villa for this one. I've done like an open garden with curated garden beds and deer in the background. My business is called White Deer. This one here, I've done an ethereal kind of purple ocean scene. And this one here is another one. So there are so many different things you could do for this. And for your business, if you've got some photos taken, or maybe you've just taken some photos with your phone, but you want to put yourself into a totally different scene really quickly, this is such a great option to kind of build some interest into the background of your designs. All right, now before I share with you some of the really tiny tweaks that are going to make a big difference to your design, I want to talk about Canva coding. And so obviously I'm not a coder. I know how to write some HTML, but beyond that, I don't know coding. So what Canva is trying to do is bring complicated things and make them simple. And so inside Canva AI, not only do we have design, create an image or create a document, we've also got code for me. So if I was to type in here, you can see some suggestions here. You can create widgets and interactive things and apps and websites from here. Like you can create a game, you can create a sorting activity. You can do so many things here. I haven't explored this enough, but I do want to do a full dedicated video to this soon. But in essence, I've actually just gone into ChatGPT and asked it to create some ideas for me. So I'm going to just copy this text and paste it into my Canva AI and see what it comes up with. So it's going to then pull across my design and start doing some typing. It's going to actually type out code for me and I'll get to see how that works together. So you see it's going to pull across my page and it's literally typing in code. I've got no idea what most of this means. You can see it's creating a dice. You can see the height and the width of it. And it's now going to type these things out for me. So now we're going to wait here and see what it creates. And so now it's created this fun game for me. So what my clients could do potentially is they could grab a design, upload 2 designs that they've got in here, add in one design, add in the second design. This is wild. I'm going to tick include a wildcard option because why not? And I'm going to press roll the dice. Option number 2 wins. Option number 2 steals the show. Sequel's always better, just like The Empire Strikes Back. And it's just given me the option saying, you know what, just go with this one. So this is this just created this whole little app widget for me based on my little instructions in here. Like the opportunities are endless. I'm actually really excited to think about this and what it could be for my courses and my programs and how I can help my students really well. And finally, Canva has added in a ton of little tweaks that I think are just going to be really useful for everyday designing. You might not notice them all the time, but every now and then you're like, oh, I can do that now, finally. And these are some of those things. I'm just going to pull out a couple of them because there is a huge list of them. Some of them I spoke about last week, which is if you have text, you can click on this advanced formatting option. You can do things like text positioning, so you can make superscript or subscript. So say if I wanted to add a little 2 at the top here, I can highlight that and make it superscript or subscript. Plus I can also edit this for typography. So if I could toggle over here, you can see there's kerning, which just fixes up the spacing between some letters. I've just gone ahead and made that all caps so you can see this. But if I click on this kerning and unclick on the kerning, Canva's just looking at my design and thinking, you know what, there's too much space between this L and this O. I'm going to fix that for you, which is really incredible. You've also got ligatures, which will work on some fonts inside Canva. Canva as well. Some more features that I'll just describe to you is the ability to edit multiple videos in one timeline. So say you've got like 5 videos that you've cut together and you want to add the same kind of effect to all of them, you can now do that. So you can have the same kind of look on each of those videos, including LUTs. LUTs now exist. If you know what LUTs are, you can be celebrating for that. In videos too, you can also balance the audio. So if you find it's going a bit up and down, you can balance that out and kind of Canva will look at that audio and fix it for you. They've also added in a few different animation effects, which you'll notice as you start to do different animations, whether it's for text or whether it's for imagery or whether it's for your videos. And one that I'm actually really excited about because my students always get stuck here is at one point, I can't find it all of the time, there's a little buttons section inside Canva elements. Instead of just having to find an element inside the graphics or inside the shapes, you can actually just see a button. I did also hear them say in the presentation there's going to be a new drop shadow section. Again, I can't find this yet, but do keep your eyes peeled. And I also believe there is going to be a new text to AI voice. So if you've got a whole script you want someone to read out, you can do that right inside Canva. This could be so great for a video or a presentation. And I want to quickly mention a couple of really great updates that you may have missed from previous little drops. You can add page numbers. I've got a whole tutorial for that here. And if you're doing a lot of animations and videos, you can also add animations that appear when you click. So say you've got a presentation or a video, you can click and the animation will pop up. Just super simple things that really help your processes if you're doing that kind of work. Just a note, if you do have some features that aren't granted in this Canva release, feel free to go to canva.com/what's-new and go to submit your wish. For me, I want to add in things like text wrapping. So I'm going to submit that as my wish, but feel free to add in your wish too. Like obviously Canva can't do everything, but I love that they're always listening to us. So that is a really brief summary of the updates that have come out in this 2025 Canva Uncharted update section. I hope you have so loved those. If you are thinking this is really great, but I need a brand or I need to have help actually creating my designs that look good. I have all these Canva features, but my designs still aren't looking good. I'm here for you. That is what I love to do. I can help you in 3 different ways if you are looking for some help. The first way is if you are a DIYer, you're a little business owner who's just trying to make sense this whole Canva, social media, and you're wanting to create graphics that actually grow your business rather than just looking a bit meh and taking up so much of your time and frustration and stopping you from showing up. I would love to invite you to my DIY course called DIY Design My Biz. I'm going to put all the links below in the caption, plus you can scan the QR code on the screen for a little cheeky discount. In there, I step you through design principles so you can actually think strategically about your designs, as well as showing you how to use Canva and giving you feedback on your graphics together so you can create a really great brand for you. Secondly, if you are a more established business owner or you're looking for that next level of support, I have a program called the Co-Creation Design Club where I actually work very closely with you. It's a very small container of people and we work closely together, whether that's on a brand, a rebrand, or just creating your graphics. I can help you and your team create graphics on the go, really regularly getting constant feedback from me, plus access to all of my teaching materials as well. Or if you're looking just to outsource this stuff and you want my team to create a whole Canva template suite for you or create your whole brand for you, my studio services will be perfect for you. Although just warning you, they're often booked out. Again, all the links for those things are below, and let me know in the comments which of these Canva features you are most excited for and which ones you're most excited to use. And if you want to, let me know too how you're going to use them. If you've got a really cool idea for a Canva little app you're going to create, or what you're going to do with that ability to put multiple sizes inside one design. So many options, and I'm so excited for what this is going to hold. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm so excited to continue educating you and showing you how to use design well, and also go into some more of these Canva updates in my coming videos. See you soon.